Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 2022 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps this channel grow. So thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what energy we have to be mindful of, what we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, and spirit guides, angels. So this is rebirth. It's very interesting. Okay, so we have to be... So rebirth is judgment in the Rider-Waite Smith deck. This is very interesting because I'm hearing here that... Okay, so what Spirit is saying is that there's a lot of changes that have been going on. And when you go through these changes, before you step out to the place that you're supposed to be, okay, there's this mucky, miry, energy that's around us. So Spirit is saying here, be very aware of this. You're going through a rebirth. And it's not the fact that we're going through this rebirth that we have to be mindful of here, Gemini. It is the fact that as we go through this rebirth, we're facing a lot of energy. We're facing a lot of things within us that will hold us back, that will make us feel like, oh, I can't, move forward this way. I can't, embrace what I really want. And Spirit's saying, no, that's not true. But because we're being reborn, there is this, it's just kind of like, I'm just seeing, when you give birth, right? It's hellacious until the baby's born, right? And I'm just seeing it's that right before this huge change happens in our lives, there's that hellacious period that we're going through. So just be aware of that, because for some of us here, what's really going on is a sense of like, well, I've just failed. Like, I've just failed. I should just give up. Like, it's just so much. And really, Gemini Spirit is saying, why are you being so hard on yourself? Why are you putting so much on you? I understand why we are, because we're human and we see it as everything is, right here, right now. But Spirit is saying, you're stepping into a new world. Just be prepared for that. I'm linking in the description box below a beautiful book called The Law and the Promise, all about imagination, all about the power of the mind. It was written in 1961. It's free on YouTube. So listen to it, because it is really quite beautiful and really will help, well, at least to help me through, this type of energy, because I myself am a Gemini, right? So I've been going through this energy too, and it's been really beneficial, that book. So let's see our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the inner child. This is the heart chakra. We need to embrace our inner child with all our heart, with all our soul. There is this real sense of who we once were, really stepping forward in our lives. And so I love to do the exercise when the inner child comes up, of just visualizing you as you are right now, holding your arms open and letting the child you once were run into those arms and telling that child, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. I will always love you. I will always care for you. And that's just a really beautiful thing. It's a beautiful exercise. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to turn everything over at once. All right. So we're starting with where we are right now. This is my minor arcana lovers card. We are represented by the lovers in the major arcana. That's Gemini energy. So here is us in more of a malleable state, because the minor arcana for me is more of what can be moved. You know, it's not as fixed as the major arcana. This is healing. This is unity. This is coming together. This is our twin side coming together. This can also be our feminine energy, our masculine energy coming together, and us really seeing our power, because we as human beings, we tend to be more comfortable in one energy or another. So either we're really comfortable in feminine energy, or we're really comfortable in masculine energy, or we think we should be more comfortable in one energy or another. And for ourselves, and I know this is talking about money and career, but for ourselves now to really embrace the money, the prosperity, the bounty that we want, it's feeling comfortable in our own skin. Because we're so curious, we're so, we're so inquisitive about everything. And so to have this energy come forward, it lets us see more. It lets us see two sides of the coin. It lets us see and understand more deeply into things. And then it brings us to our challenge energy. Our challenge energy is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is this sense of the past really coming forward. So we're going to be thinking, oh, I can't do that because I failed once upon a time. Oh, no, that can't be it because that didn't work out, again, once upon a time. So once upon a time for me means in the past. You know, it happened once. And now what we're going to be seeing here is that, yeah, okay, the past can come forward, but we can't live our present in our past. And that's going to be something here. And it comes forward emotionally. That's going to be something that knocks us off our train, right? We're going to be moving in one direction. I'm just seeing and then it's kind of like the train tips off the tracks. So what we have to be very mindful of here is the past coming forward, past words, past ideas, and, even people from our past. And it just almost is like, well, now I can't do it, right? And Spirit's saying, no, stop that, because the past is going to try and blindside us. It moves us into what we're focusing on. We're focusing on this new adventure. This energy here of rebirth is really quite strong. The Fool is saying, I need to move forward in this direction. And our fear is going to be, well, I'm going to make a fool out of myself. Because again, remember, everything that people said in the past, or everything that we feel that we've been judged on, that's coming forward. And so as we're trying to take on this new adventure, move forward in this new way, go after this new thing, we're thinking, oh my gosh, am I foolish? Remember, every single hero's journey begins with the person being a fool, being laughed at, being mocked, being misunderstood. And that's just part of life. If we're going to do something different, expect for people not to understand. But here with the Fool, we need to have that faith in ourselves, because where we are right now is we're opening up a new segment, a new chapter, a new scene within our own lives. We have to be brave enough to take that leap. We'll fall and we'll fail, yes, a million times along the way. That's what being human is. Never quite living up to our expectations at time, and then exceeding them at others. We need to take that leap. We just really, really do. It moves us to our strength. No, it moves us to our past. And our past is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, cutting through a lot of doubts and fears and negativity. We've come to really profound realizations when it comes to our career, when it comes to our finances, when it comes to what we want. We've been seeing things in a very different and, again, very profound light. With the Ace of Swords, there is such a sense of, this is what I'm moving towards, this is what I need, this is what I want, and this is what I desire. We're cutting through a lot of, and we have been in our past, cutting through a lot of the negativity that kept us chained. That's why we want to move forward. And there's just such knowledge here. There's clarity. There's also a sense that in the past, meaning before the month of June, right, we've also started to find our voice. We've started to stand up for ourselves, state what needed to be stated more and more and more. It moves us then to our strength. Our strength is the balancing of energy. Our strength is the balancing of finances. We're good with money. People might tell us that we're not. And at times we might be foolish. Sure. But we're not foolish to us. We are very good when it comes to money. And this is going to be a time where we're seeing ourselves balance things. We're also realizing, I'm not here for the crumbs. I'm not here for the leftovers. I'm this person in the middle, handing out the wealth. I'm not the beggars on the side. And that's a very important thing, because Gemini, for so long, when it came to money, we felt like the beggars. We felt like the people who just get the scraps. It moves us now into our near future, and our near future is new business adventures. It's new ways to move forward. It's a sense of the door opening, and it's like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. Whereas before we said, oh no, I couldn't possibly. And now here with the Three of Wands, there's a sense of, I can go after what I want. This is career-wise. We're talking about money here with the Six of Pentacles, because remember, Pentacles, money, right? Wands, career. The Cups are all about our emotions. The Swords, our mind. Our emotions are invested into everything that we do. We're not one of those people who doesn't care. It's kind of like, okay, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No, we care tremendously. When it comes to the Three of Wands, we're going to see that what we've put out, we're starting to get a return on. What we've put out into the universe, the energy that we've put into things, we're starting to see a payoff. And that's changing the way that we see ourselves, the way that we're going after what we want. And it's starting to open up the door. And it's like, oh, I can do this. We're seeing new horizons. We're seeing new opportunities. We're getting new ideas. Keep a notebook by you, or, the Notes app in your phone, and write down new ideas. Don't be afraid. This is a time to start new things. This is a time to say, oh, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And then throw away what doesn't work. It then moves us to our suggested approach. We work really well with others. And that's something that we need to utilize. We're not in it all by ourselves, the lone wolf going off. No, our way of making money, our way of prospering is connecting with others. So even if we do something that's very singular, it connects us with more people. And there's a give and take, a back and forth that we're really embracing. Now, with the Three of Pentacles, there's also a sense of building and growing and listening. So we're going to be taking on new knowledge. We're going to be diving deeper into certain things. And it brings us to what we need to know. What we need to know is that when it comes to our career, when it comes to our passion, we're really talented. And I'm not saying this to make us feel better. These are the cards that have been pulled. The Queen of Wands has a bit of magic to her little black cat right there. All right? There's a sense of, this is my fire. This is my passion. This is what I'm good at. I very much see her very much having like magician energy, but it's lesser, right? Because it's the minor arcana, but it's the court card. So it's close. Like it's close to the light of the magician without fully being that. So this is a new business endeavor. This is just being very successful at what we're doing. This is also seeing our success, seeing our worth, seeing what we desire. And there's just a sense of go for it. Stop doubting yourself, stop holding yourself back, or stop, giving other people credit. Go for it. Let yourself shine. We're going to be inspired by somebody. There's somebody that we greatly admire, or that it doesn't have to be greatly. We can just admire them. All right. Because Spirit said, okay, greatly is maybe a bit much, but we admire them and we admire their gusto. We're embracing that gusto. We're embracing that fierceness, that determination, that focus. Now, our hopes and our fears. And this is a very interesting hopes and fears, because it's the Five of Wands. Our fear is constant arguing, but our hope is that even when things get chaotic, like, we can withstand the storms, because I think we've overly judged ourselves, and we might even think that we're more chaotic than we are. So our hope is that when things start to fall apart, we stand strong. When people start to bicker and argue, we stand strong in our energy, in ourselves, in what we want. And our fear is that we get pulled down into the arguments, that we get pulled down and we get pulled into the chaos, and then we lose the plot completely, and we don't know how to move forward. We don't know where it is that we're going or why it is that we're going there. We're just pulled along. And we've had that happen before. We've gotten intertwined with other people's chaotic energies, and it's taken us a while to step out of them. It's like, no, I don't want this. It moves us then into our potential. Our potential is harnessing that heart, which is so intrinsically important to us. It's right at our center, the Two of Cups, and moving forward in what we love. We have our armor on. We know that not everything is nice and kind and open and honest. So we do have ourselves guarded. But we want to move forward with our heart and with our passion. We want to love what we do and do what we love. And even if our paycheck and our jobs, even if our jobs are just a paycheck, right? We will need to have something on the side that is our spark, that is our life, that is our passion, that is our beauty. We need that, Gemini. If we don't have it, then we wither. We're like a flower, okay? When we're in our right energy, when we've had the sunlight and the rain and, we stand so tall and beautiful, but we wither easily. And that's when we don't feed our heart. And when it comes to our career, we need to feed our heart. It's so important because we won't shine otherwise. We just won't. And it might sound like a silly thing to say when we have a money and career reading, but I think it's very profound when Spirit tells us, feed your heart. Feed your heart because it's your emotional energy that you put into things. It's taking care of yourself that lets you put in that emotional energy. And if you spread yourself so thin that there is no passion to it anymore, then we start to lose ourselves. So let's look at, and let's go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, this one right here. Okay. That was easy. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have our past, our present, and our future. The Hermit, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Our past was all about going into ourselves, seeing what we really want, seeing where it is that we want to be. We've really been asking ourselves the deeper questions and wanting deeper answers from them. So we haven't been happy with just surface value anything. Shallowness, pettiness, it doesn't work for us anymore. We need something deeper. And we've been going into deeper things. Now, when we enter, this is before June, right? The past is before June because this reading is about June. Our present is nostalgia. Here it's just a doorbell. You have the little boy with his dog, and then you have the grown man with his dog. And it's how we've evolved. It isn't necessarily, okay, so what's so interesting here is that I'm not seeing nostalgia. What I'm seeing is this is my path. And it's not being nostalgic. It's being proud. It's looking at our growth and saying, this is where I came from. And this is where I am right now. And there's power and there's brilliance and there is everything in me. And I'm tired of not seeing it. I'm tired of not honoring my journey and myself. And it brings us then to our future. Being a student of our inspiration, being a student of our passion and what we desire and our career and what really gets us going, like really excites us. And then it brings us to our emotions. It brings us to the Seven of Cups, which is a sense of, this is what I dream of. These are the choices that I'm making. This is what I'm dreaming of. This is what I'm desiring. We're making some really kind of bigger choices here. And it's like, okay, this is where I want to be. Okay, this is what I need. And it's setting the foundation for how we're moving forward. Because once we step out of June, we're a student of how we want to keep on building our careers and ourselves. And we're going to be such sponges. We're going to be learning so much. And the choices are going to be made. How am I going to utilize my time? What am I going to invest myself in. How am I moving this forward? What is it that I want? Where is it that I want to be? We're being very open and honest with ourselves, most likely in a way that we haven't been in a very, very long time. Because before, it kind of felt like we were just going along, like kind of going through the motions. Now we're being much more proactive within our development. It moves us to our subconscious. Yeah, it moves us to our subconscious. What is this? Celtic cross. There we go. And it's the Eight of Pentacles. We're working astoundingly hard. We're also creating, developing, putting in the 10,000 hours, to become the master of something. Putting in that time and energy to really expand ourselves, to grow, to be so much more than what we thought. And so subconsciously, we know the hard work that we're putting in. And we're honoring that hard work. It brings us to our subconscious past self. And it's the Seven of Wands. We fought really hard in our career. And I'm just seeing this as like, I'm tired of this. This is why we turned inward. It's like, we were so tired of having to fight so hard for everything. It almost felt like when we look at everybody, it's like it's easier for everybody else than it is for me. And of course, that's never true, but that's how it felt. And so here with the Seven of Wands, we're really looking at everything that we've been through, everything that we fought for. And we're also walking away from that energy of, I always have to be on guard. I always have to be fighting, because that's so draining. It's so overwhelming to always, be ready for attack. It doesn't let your body relax. It doesn't let yourself calm and center. It brings us to our subconscious. Interesting. It brings us to our subconscious present energy. And this is the Two of Swords. There's a way that it's opening up to us where we always thought there was just two ways forward. We always thought there were very certain ways that you do things. Now we're starting to see new paths open, new ways to move forward, new ideas to have. And it's like, oh, but I didn't think you could do that. And Spirit's saying to us, well, who told you couldn't? And so new pathways are opening up in our own minds. And as those pathways open up, it's like, oh, I can do so much more than what I thought I could. And that's a huge thing. It leads us to our subconscious chakra energy. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is our angels and our spirit guides. This is angels and masters, our angels, spirit guides, divinity, wrapping their wings, their arms, their essence around us and saying, you are protected by me. I am guiding you. Have faith, connect, because there is more here than meets the eye. And it brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the King of Swords. We need to be mindful, first and foremost, of getting in our own way. We're represented by the swords in the minor arcana, the lovers in the major arcana. We can get in our own way. We can, mess things up because we'll overthink it. We'll think it to death. We'll take away all the beauty and all the nuance because we'll want to know everything about it. And sometimes there needs to be a bit of mystery. The King of Swords can also be very rigid and very cerebral. We have to be mindful of being too cerebral, too much in our own minds, and too rigid. Too much saying, like, it has to be just like this. I need to see it all planned out. Sometimes we just kind of need to go with the flow and see where it takes us. We also need to be mindful of playing into the energy. Now, this is a person who has that rigidity, has that tremendously smart, but has that sense of it has to be this way. And the King of Swords is saying to us, be mindful. Be mindful of a person like this, because we're going to think, oh, they have it right. They have these fixed ideas and, these rigid mentalities, and they're successful. So that's how I should be. It will be too easy for us to fall into those traps. And also it will be devastating for us because we need the flexibility. We need the insight of mind. We need the wonderment to our own existence to be able to truly exist as we were born to. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and prosperity of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini, and may prosperity always be with you.